Hello and welcome to Business Watch. I'm your host, Bob Williford, President of the Henderson County Chamber of Commerce, an 1,100-member business organization representing businesses throughout Henderson County. Business Watch is a joint project sponsored by the Chamber and Blue Ridge Community College, and our program focuses on the local Henderson County economy and the economic drivers that make it successful. Our previous programs have focused on real estate trends, how to start a business, and the summer camp industry in Henderson County. Recordings of those programs can be found on our website, www.brcctv.org. But today we're going to talk about tourism and its impact on our local economy. Our guest today is the new Executive Director of the new Travel and Tourism Development Authority, Miss Beth Carden. Thank you for joining us, Beth.
Thank you, Bob, for having me.
Well, we're glad you're here. It's hard for me to get out of that habit of saying Travel and Tourism Development Authority, because that's what it used to be. Now it's the Tourism Development Authority.
It's a long title either way.
Yes.
And basically it's not a huge change, but there are some new changes on the horizon.
Now, it used to be, for the short title was T&T. So now we get to say TDA. It does have a ring to it.
Right,
So.
and that's what most counties in North Carolina are, is a TDA.
Well, let me, before we get into the tourism talk, let's talk about you a little bit. And because when I first came to Henderson County, you were here and you helped us with our Expo trade show, getting it started. Yeah. And then I know you've been in Brevard, but tell us a little bit about yourself and how you and Billy got to Henderson County.
Well, actually, I grew up in Transylvania County and went to Clemson and had a degree in recreation. Took a job in Atlanta and eventually became assistant director for a large recreation department down there. And I worked 80 hours a week for many, many years. And when we had children, we decided to move back up here. I had a great childhood growing up in this area. So
now, a lot of people do that.
They do that.
They move away and they have kids in the same.
They all seem to come home. And one of my brothers has lived in Saudi Arabia and he's back home. So it does, it gets in your blood and you want to come back to this area to live. But we came back and built a home and started a business here and had it. This is our 25th year. And in the meantime, I was recruited probably about 10 years ago by the Transylvania Tourism and Chamber. Yes. And I did that for 6 years and had a great time. But while I had my business here, I really love new projects and so forth. And so I suggested that we do the Chamber, at that time called Chamber Expo, or Chamber Mart. And so I stayed with the committee for about 9 years and did that, and then handed it off to someone else. That
was down at Tom's Park.
It was.
And it got so big, we had to find a larger location.
I just believed in giving businesses an opportunity to share with the public what their services are. I think a lot of people aren't very resourceful sometimes about looking and seeing what we have right here in our own community.
Yeah. Well, we've got an excellent business community.
It is great and very supportive. It's a strong area. All of Western North Carolina, I believe, is a great place for entrepreneurs to come. And we see a lot of people that actually come through the visitor center that have retired early and want to start a whole new career. And so that says a lot for this community.
And when did you become I think you were hired actually by Travel and Tourism. Before
I was.
It was, I guess, what do you call it?
Well, I had been a peer of Melody Heltman, who had been the original director with the department. I was thinking about opening a consulting firm, and she offered me a job, and I thought about it, and so I went ahead and took it, and I actually worked every position except communications in the department. Okay. And so I was real excited. I've watched Melody, and I commend, she did a lot for Henderson County and tourism, getting us established. And this is our 24th year that there's been tourism in Henderson County as far as an official office.
Well, and I guess technically you were hired twice in the past 6 months.
Yes.
Or the past couple of months.
Yes.
But the Travel and Tourism Committee, I guess, was disbanded due to the new state legislation. Right. The new Tourism Development Authority took over September 1st.
Yes.
And their first order of business was to rehire
you
and make.
That's right.
Well, that's very nice that they did that.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But it's a great organization. We're one of the few in North Carolina that actually contract with county government. A lot of them are contracted with chambers. Mm-hmm. That's what I had in Brevard. But a lot of the places across the state do that with another nonprofit. But this is really good for us, and we're considered county employees, and so we follow a lot of the county procedures in what we do.
What will that mean, I guess, from an insider point of view, the change from the TNT to the new TDA. Are you going to see any differences? I know the makeup of the board changed, but what are the differences?
Well, I don't think
the two?
that the public or the visitor will see a tremendous amount of change. The advisory committee was more or less, in that they were an advisory group that, just kind of gave us direction of where they thought we should be going. The authority is like an authority with a lot more authority, yeah. Just like the airport authorities that you see across the state or whatever. But they're given a little bit more power to make decisions and control the expenditure of the tax dollar that comes in from occupancy and things like that. So it's good, and I think this group is going to start fresh and go through ethics training and do strategic planning and all to help us move up in the future.
Is it correct to say one way to look at it is the former group, TNT, was a kind of an advisory committee of the county? Right. The new TDA is an independent organization that's contracting with the county for some services.
They're just similar to just like the ABC board. They're sort of an independent group, but we do not have a county commissioner on there like we did in the past. So they stand alone, and they still, go to the county commissioner. The county commissioners still retain the authority, the final authority about exercising, allowing another taxing for the occupancy or whatever, but this is a little bit stronger than just an advisory group.
Okay, well, excellent. I know the makeup of the board changed, and there are certain groups of businesses that have to be represented. And was there anything in particular that made this happen?
Yes,
the change?
It was not asked for, but when the 1% issue came up through the legislators for the adding of 1% to go to the Playhouse, the legislators had sort of set up probably the last year or so that if any legislation was going to be changed or added or whatever for tourism, that they would make sure that all of them were TDAs. Okay. So that's what happened, and they had a pretty short time frame on when it was to be done. They gave us only a couple of months, but we came up with an local agreement between the authority and the county government, and things will continue on as we were. And we had just finished our, getting our budget accepted and all, so everything will stay the same for this year. All right,
excellent. And I assume that the state saw this as the best setup for operationally for a tourism authority. So. Right.
Well, they're able to take responsibility for, if you have lawsuits or anything, they are able to take appropriate action where an advisory committee did not have that authority.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, with the change, the names changed, the makeup of the board's changed, the staff is still there. What do we expect to see in the way of promoting Henderson County I guess in the near future?
Well, we're going to continue in our strategies. We have had a really strong strategy that in the last probably 4 or 5 years, and it is to try to put heads in beds from people that are probably a gas tank away. And I think we'll continue to do that. I mean, that's in dealing with the economy kind of going down in the past few years, so that we want people to come from all around the world, which we do have that still. It's just, and but this strategy helps us try to recruit people to come several times a year and take, little side trips often, which kind of gives us a consistency in our occupancy collections. The people that come from Washington State may only come once a lifetime, and we do want them to come. And we've refocused where we probably market mostly within a 4 or 5 hour driving distance from here. And we do have a few other places that we advertise at a bigger scope, like AARP, that goes across the country and all. But that's really our strategy, and I think as we look at our numbers over the past few years, it is working.
I mean, when you talk about marketing, I mean, specifically, we're talking billboards, magazines, newspapers. What kind of marketing do we do?
In the past, we've put a lot of money into magazines and ads. We advertise in Southern Living, Our State Magazine, and Points North in Atlanta. Atlanta's a great destination for us to pull from, and just some major magazines like that, and then we do a lot. We do radio, some things like that. We went. The state tourism office provides a lot of good statistical information. They're studying the global tourism industry, and they give us good information. And back in March, they told us that things were going to go where it used to be about 56% literature, printed literature, and about 44% digital. It's flip-flopping. So we're looking for new opportunities in the digital area to support the printed literature. I don't think we'll ever get away from having printed literature, but maybe not as much. We're using a QR code on all our advertising, which people can access our website from their smartphones, things like that.
So if you have your smartphone, you're downtown, you want to go find a hotel or a restaurant, you can use the QR code.
Exactly. And QR codes can do more than just take you to your website. They can also take you to a special message or a video or things like that. But we're in the process of updating our website too. I mean, it's something that's always a project in works. Yeah. But we're going to add some spin-a-tours, which is actually 360-degree tours of various areas of the county, like Triple Falls and Carl Sandburg Home, and do some things like that that really kind of liven up what we have on our website.
Now, is that the same type of thing that realtors are using to show homes?
Yes, and hotels. You can view the hotel all the way around and things like that. But there's a lot of neat things.
Do you have to do that when you show it all the way around?
All the way around,
okay.
Yes. But,
it's a good description.
But, you know, I strongly believe in generational marketing, and I think that it's important for us, not only just in tourism businesses, but all businesses, to really rethink and evaluate what they do and how they sell, because the younger generations are a lot more multiple generations than the baby boomer was a big generation. And what they wanted is very different from what our kids want. And so we need to rethink how we approach them with information and keep kind of on the cutting edge of that.
Well, you know, the only constant is change. So
that's exactly right.
It's all the time. But that's interesting. You know, you do see a lot more of that on your phones and on your computers. Is a lot of advertising being pushed out electronically, and it seems to be a very affordable way to do that.
What's interesting about the magazine industry is that they've been pretty smart. They've been on the cutting edge. They all now have supportive websites and have apps. We're getting ready to do a project with Our State, which is a lovely magazine, and lots of people across the country get it. But it has an app. It's going to have an app that you can take a tour of Henderson County on, and it'll have not only a video of us, of just a general county, but also of other businesses that want you to check them out. So if you pull that app up, you can look at 10 other businesses or more, depending on who wants to participate. But the more information people receive, the longer they stay here and the more money they spend. So that's our goal.
That's very nice when they do that.
It is.
Well, you know, we have what we measure as 4 big economic drivers in Henderson County. That's the retirement industry, manufacturing industry, agriculture or agribusiness, and then tourism.
Right.
And tourism is a very important one. And the newspaper just reported a few days ago that the impact last year was over $200 million for the first time.
Yes.
Since we've been recording that.
Yes. Yes.
And how significant is that for us?
It's very significant. It means that we're continuing to move upward, and that's our goal. There's 100 counties in North Carolina. The State Tourism Department, every year, we're always about a year behind in collecting or getting the actual data, and that's why you just saw it, but it was for 2011.
Right.
But they have a formula that they use to determine, it's not just based on occupancy collections, but also on the overall impact to what they consider tourist-related businesses. And so they generate this formula and then tell us how much we have actually grown or not grown, so that we have a mark. And this was the first year, 2011 was the first year in quite a long time, that all 100 counties had a positive growth.
Wow.
So that says a lot. And the interesting thing, I think a lot of people don't know, but I think it's really neat, North Carolina is ranked 7th in the country for visitation. And I don't think people realize either that almost 50% of our visitors in North Carolina come from North Carolina. So we do try to market to our own visitors. Right. North Carolina is a really unique state. It has such a diverse selection of different areas to visit and so forth. So we have a great tourism office in this state.
It's odd that a lot of people who live at the beach like to visit the mountains, and
Exactly.
and sometimes
Exactly. And you could do it all in your same state.
yeah,
But
just swap houses one time.
Exactly. People in Henderson County should be proud. In the 24 years that we've been in existence as a department, our county's been ranked between 14 and 18 out of 100 counties.
Wow.
And we're competing with Charlotte, Raleigh, Winston-Salem, all the big cities we're competing with, and we're ranked, this year we're at 18, but that's the lowest we've ever been. And so we continue, and that's in the future, we hope to continue to stay, within a realm of that area.
Well, what is it, I mean, when you look at what draws people to Henderson County, what are some of the activities or
Well, it's a
sites?
diverse selection of why people come here. We really promote ourselves as being family friendly. And there are a lot of things that people can do in this county that are free. And so I think, with the economy tight like it is, it's really a great place to bring a family. The main thing they have to pay for is going to be their accommodations and their food.
Right.
But they can go to DuPont State Recreational Forest, they can go to the museum in the courthouse, they can go to the Mineral Museum, the Western North Carolina Air Museum, all those are free. The depot. So there's a lot of diverse things. We have a lot of heritage things in this area, and people do travel a lot for heritage tourism.
It seems like a lot of people just come to visit Main Street.
They do. They
walk up
love
and down,
downtown, the Main Street area, and I commend the city. They've done such an excellent job of creating a small town with a lot of charm, appeal to all our visitors. One of the things, and I'm not sure a lot of communities in North Carolina can say this, but visitors come in and ask for information, and then they leave, and about a week later they come back and ask for relocation information. They say they had such a great time and they love it, they want to live there. So I don't know if a lot of people recognize that tourism does tremendously impact relocation. And so we have probably 3 out of 10, or if not more, actually provide them information for relocation here. So.
Well, once people see it, they all want to get here.
They do, and what's neat about it is one of the things that's most impressing to these people is the hospitality of the people that live here. The people in the stores, people on the street speak to them. I've been other big cities and all where my kids tell me, "Mom, you wouldn't like to live here," and I say, "Why?" And they say, "Because nobody talks to you." And that's true, but at Hendersonville, they now have a landscape downtown where you can actually sit and visit, and I know a lot of people are doing that now, so it's awesome what they've done.
Is it true also that when you look at tourism in our community, it's kind of a regional thing? That there are a lot of assets throughout the region that attract people to come here?
Sure.
And they decide they're going to stay, kind of Henderson County will be their headquarters site where they'll spend the night and eat and go visit different places throughout the region.
Exactly. Occupancy is kind of competitive with each of the counties, and so we try to promote everything we're about to make people want to come and stay in our hotels and bed and breakfasts and so forth. And they can always go to the Biltmore House. There's only one Biltmore House, and we don't mind them going over there. We just want them to spend the night in Henderson County and eat in our restaurants and shop in our stores. So I think that's something that we're always striving for. But in Western North Carolina particularly, tourism is very regional. And people come here because they can go to Carl Sandburg National Historic Site. There's only one of those. So if you're smart, that's how you market, is to make everything in our backyard.
Yeah. Or they know they want to come to the mountains, and it might as well be Hendersonville or Henderson County.
Exactly.
And one thing that I think we ought to always mention when we talk about tourism industry is the impact that the summer camps have.
Oh, sure. They're a tremendous asset to this community. And matter of fact, a lot of people, I think, didn't have faith that when the economy went bad that the camps would not do well, not do well, but they have done very well. And we have people come in all the time that are in their 70s and 80s that want to go find directions back to the camp that they went to. Camps have made such a huge impact on people's lives. And so I commend the camp industry. It's just a great tool for us to bring people here, and not only just for the camper, but also for the families that support them coming here. So.
Well, I like the idea that, a lot of parents come drop the kids at camp and they might stay a few days.
Yes, yes. We actually, back in December of last year, we had a full-page ad in Southern Living in our state that was dedicated just to the camp industry, where it was like a big present, encouraging grandparents to give a camp experience to their grandchildren for Christmas.
And tying back into something else you said, that if you go around town and you talk to enough people and ask how they got introduced to Henderson
Yes.
County, you'd be surprised at how many came to summer camp here.
Yes, exactly. I think you're right.
All you'd have to do is go down to Cypress Cellar and get something to eat.
Right.
That's a summer camper, and Three Chopped was
Yeah.
a summer camper
Yeah.
who came back, and they're all over the place. So
It
that's
is.
that impacts us in many ways. Getting back into the numbers for the new TDA, where does that funding come from, and
Well,
I guess generally how much?
A county entity like we are, the authority, is actually referred to as a CVB, which is a Convention and Visitor Bureau. And we are given the ability to collect occupancy tax through the accommodations. When you stay in a hotel anywhere in the country, you pay occupancy tax, and it's determined by whatever that county sets as the rate. Ours is at 5% right now. 6 is the max. The only county that has an exception is Charlotte. They had to raise theirs. They were allowed to raise theirs to 8% to support bringing the NASCAR Hall of Fame there. Okay. But we're at 5%, and that is not a tax paid by the local people. It's paid by the visitor who comes to stay. And then it's collected, through the county finance department, and it goes into our budget. We also generate our own revenues in some ways.
It's collected twice, I guess, because when somebody stays at a hotel, that hotel has to collect it.
Right.
And then the tax office.
Well, they just pass it on. It's just like paying sales tax. They pass it on. They fill a form out once a month, and put down their room nights that they had that month, and then send in their tax to the finance office. Okay. And just like they would sales tax. But
now when you get a room, do you pay sales tax and the room
yes,
tax?
Yes, you pay. It's around 11% right now. So I've actually been to Las Vegas. It's about 18%. So ours is really not too bad.
You got to win a lot there.
You got to win a lot to pay the occupancy there. But no, we turn that right back into providing services for and marketing for Henderson County. Mm-hmm. We have a visitor center down on South Main Street that is open 7 days a week except for 3 days a year, and we utilize a lot of volunteers to help us keep it open during that time. So it's not just about spending all our money on marketing. Yes. We have to service with hospitality the customers that actually come in. We have over 100,000 that come through the visitor center every year.
Now to do that, how many staff members do you have?
We only have 3 right now. Okay. I have the ability to have 5, and I just haven't had time to hire a couple of people. But we operate. You
must be awful busy then.
We are. It's summertime. We start. We have our biggest event starting Memorial Day, and we run the rest of the summer till we get after Apple Festival. Mm-hmm. And of course, October is our biggest visitation month because of the apples and the leaves.
And volunteer help, you've got how many volunteers?
We have over 50 volunteers that work on a regular basis in the visitor center, and then we have probably 35 or 40 that help us with our special events.
Wow. Well, that's a lot done by a few people.
It is. We work very efficiently.
Yes. And
try to, safety is our priority. We try really hard to make sure everybody has a safe, enjoyable experience. And we enhance their experience by having special events such as music on Main Street on Friday mm-hmm. nights in the summer and street dances. And those. Now,
I do understand along those lines that there will be a new stage, or
we're excited. We're going to build a permanent stage at the end of our parking lot and redo the parking lot to be more accommodating for that. But on Friday nights, we typically have 4,000 or 5,000 people come, mm-hmm. and that brings them downtown and holds them in town overnight. It's a great event. We have people love to come and dance, and then we have car shows also during the summer. But
I've seen people at 4 o'clock setting up chairs to reserve spaces for a 7 o'clock
and our parking lot doesn't close till 5, so it kind of becomes a safety issue for us. But no, it's a great way to enhance experience, and people love that. That's one of the reasons why they move here, is they love the community feel of coming together and enjoying an event. It's a free event, and it's just been a really good experience for us as well as the visitor.
And we still have the Monday night street dances.
We do. We only have 6 of those, where we have 12 of the other. And we actually, this was our second year, we actually took on, as they stopped doing the event for 4th of July at Jackson Park, we have a concert on the 4th of July mm-hmm. each year. Then at the end of the concert, they just turn their chairs and can see the fireworks come up over the top of the buildings.
That's nice.
But we have about 10,000 come for that.
a lot of people.
It is, but it's we want to enhance people's experience because it makes them stay longer and they spend more money and have a better experience. And hopefully we'll come back. There's so much to do in Hendersonville. You can't see it in one weekend or even 1 week. And so because of the different seasons and so forth, there's reasons to come back. Okay. And that's what's exciting.
So you need a 7-day weekend to get the whole thing.
You do.
All
you
right.
do.
Let me ask you, we're on special events. I know that you encourage other organizations to put together events that could attract
Yes.
people from out of town to come to Henderson County.
Right.
And you've got a special fund set up for that. Could you
We
talk
do.
about how that works?
Most CVBs do that. It's a way to enhance other events that we're not necessarily doing ourselves.
Right.
But the money is set aside. This year we have $30,000. There's a grant process. We do it in the spring of each year, and people can fill out the application and apply. But it has to fit the criteria, which basically is they need to advertise outside the county that will bring people into the county that will be spending the night with us. And so we look at those events as products, new products. Mm-hmm. And so we're always encouraging people to create new reasons for people to come to Henderson County.
And last year, I think the Mud Run was one of those?
The Mud Run was one of them.
And I know I saw a lot of out-of-town license plates when we went to that event.
And we want to work, we try to help and advise people to, if people can maybe put a couple of events that are struggling together and maybe make a bigger event. We're all about doing that to help the event progress on. But it's basically seed money for the first year or two to help them get on their feet. And then they become self-sufficient, so we can use that money for a new product. So
we've got a little bit of time left, but I did want to hit on one other thing before we wrap it up, and I think it's very important. It's the tourism conference.
Okay.
This is something that's new, and I think it's one of your brainchilds.
Well, I'm really excited about it. I've done it before in other counties. It'll be just for Henderson County. Not that we turn someone away that wants to come, but from somewhere else. But it's going to be focused on Henderson County and tourism in this county. It's going to bring people to the same page so they understand what tourism is in the state as well as in Henderson County. We want to help people work together and partner with each other to do better. And I think it's going to really elevate where we're at this point and help us move forward. And but it's going to be a full day of talking about tourism.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Beth, congratulations on your
you.
position and getting hired twice.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us and sharing with us this information. And thank you for tuning in to Business Watch. We are very pleased to co-sponsor this with Blue Ridge Community College and bring to you some of the important issues that impact our local Henderson County economy. Again, you can go to brcctv.org to see our previous shows on real estate, how to start a business. And now it'll be tourism as well. And we had one other, which I have forgotten, and that is the summer camp industry. We talked a little bit about that today. Thank you very much, and have a good day.